shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. You cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard, I'm ready to change. Scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? So, been getting a lot of messages and I read a lot of things on the video comments from last night, from yesterday. I read them, and anyway, for one, I have considered Ernie Shell my friend for over 20 years. And over the years, he became more of like a family member, like a brother or even a son, because, since I've known Ernie, he's, went from place to place. And, it is what it is. But I still consider Ernie my friend, and I'm worried about him. And that's why I went live yesterday. I messaged Ernie yesterday and told him, Ernie, I don't know what you did at the hospital, but you need to call me within 10 minutes and clear this up, or I'm going to go live and I'm going to clear it up. And okay, that I gave him 10 minutes. An hour and a half later, I went live. And then when I went live, he comes on the live stream. So, he saw my message. But it is what it is, and whatever. I don't, I'm not bashing Ernie. I'm just saying he needs more help than he's willing to realize or allow. And when I say people are enabling him, or I'm not telling you to turn against Ernie. I'm not turning against Ernie. I'm telling you to say, hey, Ernie, you don't need to lie to me, buddy. Tell him you love him anyway. I told him that. I said, listen, no matter what, you can say whatever, man. And these people, they're going to love you anyway. Like, you just tell the truth and be honest about everything. Don't, because one lie, even if it's small, becomes another lie. And they grow and they grow and they grow and they grow. And no, Roger, Ernie's not here. I haven't seen him. I haven't heard from him. I did hear from him last night. I messaged him a couple times. We messaged back and forth a couple times. And last night, I know everybody's talking about this picture he's got of a baby and all that stuff. Let's just say Ernie was in a good place last night. And if he was being honest with me, and I think he was, and that baby is a good thing. It's actually an awesome thing. All babies are anyway, but it's. But I'm not going to dox the baby or its parents or anybody related to it. Ernie wants to tell you who the baby is. He will. I'm sure he will. Actually, I'm positive he will because he's proud. He's close to that baby. Let's just say that. But anyway, he was on Dolly's channel about an hour or so ago. Yeah, he's going to make his rounds. He's going to be all over YouTube, and that's where he doesn't need to be. And and just saying, this live stream is partly for you. You think I shouldn't have went live yesterday before I had all the facts? Well, I had all the facts. Ernie told you guys 2 stories within 2 hours, and you still think he's telling the truth. I'm sorry, but he's not. He's not being honest. And Ernie, if you're watching this or you see this, you're not being honest. And you know it. So, get a message. I don't know if he sees those videos. I don't think he wants to see them. I think, he purposefully doesn't watch them. And I don't blame him. It would probably trigger him anyway to see himself acting that way. But the thing is, I got a lot of people. The link is pinned to the top, but the thing is, I lost my train of thought. Lost signal, maybe. When? Ernie? Yesterday? I don't know. I don't know about losing signal, but he doesn't need people to turn their back on him, and that's not what's going on. What is it, honey?
I hate to bother you, but you don't mind if I use $5 in my gas to take mom to church?
Sure.
All right. Do you want me to use your card, or do you want to give me cash?
You have to use the card.
Okay. I gotta think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, E squared. But what I'm saying is, all this information that's being spread out, like dumbass Alina, saying that Ernie had drugs in his system, so he couldn't have been transferred to another facility. That's horseshit. And right here, I've got a little recording where I called the hospital today, and the nurse who I bawled out yesterday and let her know how big a dumbass she was for letting Ernie walk out of there wouldn't even talk to me. She made another nurse talk to me and made her come back and say, "Oh, she said she already talked to you." So, but anyway, they admit that Ernie walked right out of the hospital, and they don't know who was with him. They don't walk him to the door at that hospital. They don't, even at the emergency room, which was where he was at, was in the emergency department. I've never been to a hospital where they just say, "Hey, get up and leave." I've always been escorted to the door. You got something to say before I play this tape?
No, go ahead, Jimbo. I can wait.
Baby, help, this is Ann.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to speak to someone who was working as a nurse with when Ernie Shell was there. I spoke to someone yesterday, and I just I need to clear some things up, if that's okay.
Okay, Polly was Miss Deb. She's not at the desk right now. She's for the patient. Want to leave a number? She can call you back, or you just want to wait a little bit and call back.
You know how long it might take?
Shouldn't take them a few minutes.
Okay,
You want me to just put you on hold?
You can, yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
All right.
This is his dad.
Well, we're not related. I'm his friend of over 20 years, and this is, he was supposed to be released to me, and they called me yesterday, but he wasn't released to me. He evidently told you guys he was in the parking lot, that I was in the parking lot, and you just let him walk right out the door, and I haven't seen him since.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we did not know that.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, we did not know that."
But
then when she comes back, she got a different story.
Okay.
Oh, we did not know that.
Wanting to ask a couple more questions, and I've settled way down. I'm concerned about his safety, and would like to talk to her about, if there's absolutely anything she could tell me about who he left with or what they saw.
I don't think she could tell you that, because if he said that he was up there, see when they leave, we don't see who they're living with.
So he wasn't escorted he wasn't escorted to the door by a nurse?
No. When they discharge, we let them out the door. We don't escort them to the door.
Oh, really? I've never been to a hospital that didn't take me all the way to the car when I left, especially in an emergency.
Yeah.
Huh? That's weird.
Yeah.
But okay. So I was also wanting to ask, because he went on a live stream yesterday when he left, and was in the parking lot of the hospital saying he was waiting on a bus to take him to Moccasin Bend. And then later on, he said he was supposed to go to Moccasin Bend, but they told him they didn't have enough room. And there's people spreading the information saying that Moccasin Bend would not accept him because he was on drugs. And I would love to just clear that up.
Okay. We don't really have to do anything with that. When they leave discharged here, we don't have anything else to do what they're doing and everything unless they're here with us. So we don't know anything about that.
You don't know anything about Moccasin Bend? Was he not supposed to go there? That's what I'm asking. Was he supposed to go there?
See, I don't know. I wasn't here yesterday.
But she was, and you're telling me she won't talk to me now?
She's with a patient right now, so she's busy. She can't talk to you right this minute.
Okay. So there's absolutely no more information she's going to give me other than that he signed himself out and walked out the door, and nobody saw who he left with, and that's it.
Right, because she can't give you anything else, because after he left, we don't know anything.
Right, and
we were informed that you picked him up, but evidently you said he left, and you wasn't there, so that's all we know.
Yeah, he didn't. I didn't pick him up. I was at the dentist's office with my son in London, Kentucky, 4 hours away when he went live from your parking lot, saying he was waiting on a bus to take him to Moccasin Bend. We're talking about a psych patient that just was allowed to sign himself out and walk out the door. Just believed what he said and let him go. I don't understand that.
There's nothing we can do after they get discharged.
Who discharged him?
I don't know. I wasn't here yesterday, so I don't know who discharged him.
It's not on his medical record there? You can't tell me what doctor was there yesterday or nothing?
No, I can't tell you anything because it's patient privacy.
So he signed him. Did he leave against medical advice, or was he discharged?
I do not know. I wasn't here yesterday, so I don't know anything.
Okay. So I'm not going to get any information other than that, he was allowed to sign out and walk right out the door, and nobody knows who he left with, or
No, I can't tell you anything.
just a psych patient allowed to walk out the door and then be right back in there when next time the cops tase him 100 times.
Like I said, I wasn't here yesterday, so I don't know anything.
Yeah. And what's the name of the hospital that I'm calling here?
It's Sonova Healthcare
And where is that located?
in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Okay. And if I wanted to speak to like a supervisor there or a patient advocate, do you have a number I could call?
Just call the main number. It's 559-6000.
All righty. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Exactly what they told me yesterday. Exactly what they told me today. And so I wasn't lying. They told me he signed out and walked out the door, and they don't know where he went, who he went with, and they didn't walk him to the door. So I did not lie about that. I don't care what the damn protocols are in any hospital anywhere in the world. That's what they told me. That's what she just repeated to me again. Except yesterday, the woman who refused to come to the phone today told me that Ernie tricked them into signing himself out. But she wouldn't come to the phone today. But yeah, I'm going to call the supervisor. I'm going to talk to somebody above them. And that wasn't just who answered the phone. That was the nurse there at that's a direct line into the ward where he was at in the emergency department. Yeah, and he did list me as his emergency contact. And for those of you who think like that, the friendship and between Ernie and I aren't, it's not real. Like the one phone number that he remembered in his head, in his brain, that wasn't just programmed into his phone that he could actually call was mine. So, there's no hate and no turning on Ernie. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying, like, as long as we feed into this bullshit and pamper him, it's just going to continue. I mean, he's not going to, and I know I get it, the compassion and all that stuff, and we can be compassionate and still say, Ernie, we love you, buddy, but you got to stop lying about every damn thing you do.
That's what they. And Jimbo, I owe you an apology for yelling on your panel. I apologize for that. I have a lot of respect for you for what you're doing for Ernie. And I didn't mean to yell, but I was upset. People were already starting in as soon as he went live yesterday. They've started in on all of us subs. It's just never ending.
And it's going to
never
be
ending.
worse. Every time he goes live, it's going to get worse and worse and worse because he refuses to block people. He'll, like, his mods will take care of things, and he'll go right in and unblock everybody.
That's because he wants to be friends with everybody. I don't understand it.
He doesn't want to be friends with Nicolina and BK.
Well, I hope not, because those people are vile.
They are.
But I can tell that you have a lot of love for Ernie, Jimbo, and you're doing the right thing. You're doing what's right.
Yeah,
and what you feel is best for your friend.
I appreciate it. Yeah, Lulu, it is frustrating. It's tough for everybody. Like, you just gotta, but it's obvious. Like, even the healthcare people, they don't care. Like, they just let him walk right out the door, and like, oh well, James Collins is in the parking lot. He's here to get me, so I'll see you guys. and he walks right out the door.
So, Jimbo, a little bit of advice. When you call the hospital, I wouldn't speak to the supervisor. I would go straight to administration, the head administrator,
Yeah.
because what they did, and him being a psych patient, he should not have been able to sign himself out, period.
Oh, I agree.
Not at all.
I agree.
But administration would be the people you want to speak with, and you want to speak with the head CEO, basically, of administration, and let them know what happened and how he was just able to con his way out of there.
Yeah. MC, no, I haven't called Moccasin Ben because why would I? I mean, he's not there, and he never went there, so they would have no record of him being there. Like, they would just say, we don't know who you're talking about. And we wouldn't do any good to call Moccasin Ben.
Jennifer, the director of nursing, isn't going to be able to do nothing. Yes, you could report the nurses, but what happened should not have happened. He should not have been able to sign himself out and walk out as a psych patient. They're not supposed to be able to do that. So therefore, going to administration, to the head administrator, is going to do more to make changes and to possibly take legal action than going to the head of nursing.
Well, it's not going to end right here. I'm going to tell you right now that the nurse, Miss Deb, that talked to me yesterday and wouldn't talk to me today, and the nurse I talked to today, and whoever just allowed him to just walk out the door, that there will be somebody held accountable. I'm going to find out, and I'm going to push it as far as I can push it. Like, I'm a little nobody from Kentucky that doesn't have a whole lot of money, but I will push it. And I'll push it all over YouTube. I'll get the news to follow it, whatever I can do. Like, that's not okay. And, and she wants to talk about all this HIPAA. Well, she told a whole lot of people a whole lot of things about Ernie's condition. So
she did she?
Yeah.
I see.
So,
well, if that's the case, she should be losing her job, because it is a HIPAA violation if she exposed his condition to a bunch of people.
Right. You're right, beloved Ghost. There was no drugs involved in this one at all, for sure. When I say this one, don't read into that like there was drugs in all the others, because there wasn't, that I know of. And people want to say that Jimbo said he had meth in his system before. Well, that's what I was told by Ernie's sister, the one who said he's my gay lover, the liar on the witness stand, the perjurer. That's what she told me years ago. She said they slipped something in Ernie's drink and he thinks it was meth. Okay, that's what I was told. And I didn't go out and say, I know for a fact Ernie's been on meth before. So everybody that says that is full of shit. And I don't care. It's this I can't even remember her name. But she's adamant about it. Like, yeah, Jimbo, I've seen the video. Well, show me the damn video. Show it to me.
Lulu, that is true, Lulu. They're not supposed to confirm or deny, except for to the emergency contact, if he is in there or not, being a psych patient. You're right about that. It is a HIPAA violation.
Well, then she just HIPAA'd all over the place then, didn't she?
She did.
No consequences. Ernie's not here. I haven't seen Ernie. I haven't heard from Ernie today. I did hear from Ernie late last night. And if he's where he says he was and that picture is true, then he was in a good place, and I hope he stays there for a while. I really do.
Hey, Jimbo, maybe you can clear something up for all of us, because some of us were told that he was there voluntarily, and some people are saying he was not. So do you know?
He was not voluntarily there, no.
Then he should not have been able to sign himself out at all.
Right.
That's just that hospital.
That's where the trickery comes in. James Collins is coming to get me. They called me and said, does he have a safe place to go? I said, yeah, he can come here. will you come and get him? I said, yeah, I'll come and get him. And then Ernie tells them I'm in the parking lot, and they let him out. So, yeah, it's Ernie tricked him, and he's going to say he didn't, but he did. And you know, they should be held accountable for that too. Because obviously a psych patient is not going to be the most honest one, not the ones whose word you can bank on to be, hey, he's right out there in the parking lot waiting on me. I'm ready to go.
Heavens, baby. I've never been on Ernie's panel ever. And just so you people know, since you want to say I enable him, I have never, ever, ever given Ernie a dime. Period.
No,
All
Mama T43 sent me $2,000 the other day, but she didn't send nothing to Ernie. Just kidding. Don't spread that. But and then listen, now I don't think it's necessarily, you know, horrible for people to donate to Ernie, because you know he does say if you want to donate, donate. If you don't, don't. And it's people's right to do what they want to with their money, but it's the amounts, I think, that just, you know, it's like when I talk to him on the phone, he's like, you come and get me, I'll raise the money for you. I'm like, I don't need you to raise no money, man. I want you to stay off YouTube. No, I'll raise the money for you. I don't need it. You know, I'll come down there and get you, and we won't worry about raising no money. Like, that's just his go-to, you know. And he, you know, he doesn't have a job. Hell, he can't. If he had a job, he would be able to keep it if he stayed off YouTube. But if he has a job and he goes on YouTube, they're going to find out where he works and they're going to ruin it. And that's what's going to happen. And he knows it. And, you know, so he's, you know, I wouldn't say don't donate to him. I just say, you know, be, I don't know, more cautious with what you do and how you do it. You know, and like, you know, showering somebody with money all the time is an issue. Now, if he needed something, you know, I mean, he does entertain people, obviously, the good and the bad. You know, he has people who hate him and they come in and they get entertained too, and he has people who love him and they get entertained. Like, he's funny, he tells stuff, but you know, he tells jokes, he keeps people laughing. It's entertaining. So, you know, if you want to donate to him, that's up to you. But especially, you know, if he's got something going on, he needs to rent a car or whatever, you know, then he'll say, hey, I'm going to raise money for something. Or, you know, if you want to donate, donate. If you don't. But the constant just showering of money, like, I don't know if everybody realizes, but like before his monetization got took, he had like almost $10,000 in 1 month just from monetization on YouTube.
We do know E Squared, we do call him out on his BS when we catch him lying, or if we find out through somebody else that he possibly has lied, we do ask him about it and we do call him out on it. It's just sometimes most of the time he don't pay attention to us about things like that.
Yeah, he shrugs it off a lot, like, oh no, I mean, or he'll deny, and you know, but a Storms of Life, he's going to start having withdrawals from the medication they were giving him. If he doesn't have any or doesn't take it, that will lead him back to drugs, and he will be begging for money. I don't know about back to drugs, but it definitely, if he, you know, suddenly stops taking those medicines, then it'll, you know, it'll cause him issues. So, and that's the one thing, if I can be in contact with him, you know, I'm going to stay on him about, hey, go see that doctor like they told you to, any doctor, and continue those medications, and, you know, see if it helps, and, you know, allow it to work. You know, and he had this issue, I think in 2017. I think it was 17. No, it might have been a little later. No, it was maybe 19. But anyway, when he was in New York, and he was put in a hospital there, and they put him on meds for his psychosis and all that stuff, and they diagnosed him, and he took them until he ran out, and then he don't go to the doctor. And if you love him and you want to support him, hound him on that kind of thing. Hey, Ernie, you got an appointment with your doctor? Are you seeing one? And if he says yes, ask him when. Don't say where or who it is. Say, when is it? And then on that day, call him on it. Hey, Ernie, did you go to the doctor today? What'd they say? Did you get refilled on your meds?
Mm-hmm.
You can be supportive and firm, and like, he's not going to oust you, right? Like, he's not going to shun you from being an Ernie supporter. I mean, for God's sakes, he unblocks Benny, he unblocks Nicolina and Jamie and all these people that obviously hate his guts. He unblocks them. He's not gonna shun you, who supports him, for actually being firm. Like, I just don't believe it. And I've told him before, like, Ernie, just be truthful, man. No matter what it is, because I think there's other issues. I've talked to a few people about it, and I do think there's other issues. And when I see Ernie face to face, I'm going to ask him about them and see if it's something it might be. But he's he will. I think he'd be better off just coming clean about anything he wants to. I told him people won't leave you, man. If anything, you'll gain more support.
Right. And who just said that? Hold on. E squared. If somebody you're trying to help is mad at you, you're probably doing what's right. And they just don't want to hear it. That's the truth. Most people who have mental illness or drug addictions, and I'm not saying Ernie does have a drug addiction, I'm just saying, if they're happy with you, you're enabling them.
Jody Farr, I don't think discussing Ernie's business on a live is a good idea. Some things need to be left alone and let him share if he wants to. Well, the thing is, when I was dragged into it and I was the person who was supposed to pick him up, then it's my business. And, that's what I'm talking about. The phone call made to the hospital was about them releasing him to me, which they didn't, which they said they were going to. That's my business. And if you want to let Ernie tell you 2 different stories in 2 hours and believe them both, that's your business. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
So what I wanted to say, Jimbo, besides the fact that I apologize for yelling on your panel yesterday, and I do have a lot of respect for you.
Thank you.
And thank you for what you're doing for Ernie, because we all do care about him. But what I wanted to say is that some people thought I said something that I didn't say yesterday, or was trying to say that Ernie doesn't need help, basically. And he does need help. He needs a lot of help and a lot of support. And yes, I fully believe he needs to be held accountable for what he does when he lies. But there are ways you can do it without attacking him and making him uncomfortable and triggering him, so that we can help him. You don't have to attack him. Not you personally, Jimbo. I'm just saying in general.
Right.
He doesn't need to be attacked or triggered to help him and make him be accountable for his lies. You can do it in a way where you have compassion, but you're still showing tough love as well. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I was trying to say yesterday.
Okay.
But things got out of hand. And I'm going to jump down from here now.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me come up.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Paul, I'm not sure what you mean by the thing about letting trolls in your chat. They go after subs and mods. That's not fair to them. Are you talking about my chat or Ernie's? I try to do members only and subs only a lot. I don't think I got a chance to change this one to it. But and then you know, as soon as somebody gets timed out for saying something trollish, you know, they want to say your mods are timing me out for no reason. So, you know, I mean, it's either we're, you know, as strict as we can be, or we got to let it go. And if you let it go, then people get mad. And if you're strict and somebody says something that's conceived as trolling and they get blocked or timed out, then they get mad. So it's a double-edged sword, and you really can't win. Hello.
Hey, I just have one question. As a person that's been in a place like where he was, wouldn't they have to, before he was released, I'm sure he wasn't in his clothes that he was in outside the hospital. So they would have had to have given him his regular clothes and his phone and stuff. So was he legally released? I mean, he didn't just walk out without being released, did he?
No, he was released.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was released. That's what the nurse said. Like, once we release them, they can do whatever they want. We don't know where they go.
Well, that's just crazy. I mean, they had to have given his clothes to him and his phone to him and all that stuff. But I just got frustrated in my comment because of the fact that no longer than you put out that live yesterday, BK has been on there threatening him, going over your live, going over what you said about Ernie, going over this, going over that, and physically threatening his bullshit as he usually does.
Yeah.
And he was going on. There was 15 people jumped on live after yours yesterday.
Yeah.
Nitpicking your live to pieces. And that's the only thing that I really, it just pissed me off that.
Well, they will, and just it's best just to not even pay attention, because they're going to do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who goes live, who says what. And here's the fact. Fact is, Ernie Shell weighs about 135 pounds. He's about 5'8". He would beat the brakes off of Benny Keys' ass if he was man enough to stand in front of him. So the man that stands in Texas and wants to talk big and bad with his little popsicle arms, like, there ain't nobody worried about that dumbass. I mean, he don't strike fear into nobody.
Well,
his threats, and I'm coming after you, and I'm going to ruin you.
Exactly.
What? Who cares?
And that's just what got me aggravated. And I didn't even watch all his lives, because when he started in on the threatening and he started ripping apart your live and saying that you said this and you said that, and you said he was on drugs, and you he couldn't come to your house because of your kids, and he just runs, and Crafting did the same thing, and so did Nicolina, and I just watched enough to see that that's what they were doing, and so I just kind of thought, well, maybe that didn't need to be put out everything for them to be able to grab a hold of and just twist and shift everything like they usually do. And they've got it still in their mind or in their words that he was on drugs.
Yeah.
And I know he wasn't, and he wasn't.
Well, they say the same thing about me. I'm on drugs too. Look, because I got this lazy eye where my eyes almost closed all the time. I can't. Jimbo can barely keep his eyes open. He's always high.
Well, shit. But anyway, I apologize for the comment I made. But man, they just trigger me they trigger me probably worse than they do Ernie. I mean, I can't even watch a whole one of their lives because I get mad right off the bat.
Yeah, I stopped watching their garbage a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's all the same. It's all just recycled hate, and they like Kenny Keys acts like he's some kind of damn profiler, or he knows me.
Correctional
Like,
officer.
yeah, like did he learn all that while he was in prison? I mean,
Yeah, right, exactly.
Did he read a bunch of books while he's in prison, or is he reading them from his mama's garage? Like,
exactly.
Who cares what that dumbass thinks? Like, he ain't nobody. He's obviously nobody.
And shoot, what else was I gonna say? I just wish somebody could put out the proof that the medical people said that he is not on drugs.
Yeah.
But
Ernie will have his discharge papers, and if he wants to share them, he can. That would be the thing.
But you can, I don't know if you've done it, but you can type in his name in the YouTube thing, and there's the video. His videos are not up, but all of the trashing videos of him.
I've seen them.
Shit, they're all over the place today.
Yeah, that's all you will see. That's C'est La Vie Media.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean, I wasn't attacking you. I was attacking them.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
It didn't have nothing to do with you. I just saw red whenever Benny. The reason he didn't go to the little Summer Wells vigil is because he threatened so many people that he was going to beat their ass. He was too afraid to go because he knew he couldn't beat nobody's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he threatened Dolly Vision to where a fly wouldn't light on him, but yet did he go to call out those threats? No, he didn't. But Dolly was there. But where was Benny after all the money he collected to go? Yeah. I mean, he cash apped $2,000 to go to that vigil that he didn't go to. He collected cash apps for $1,500 for that drone that he was supposed to take to that vigil that he didn't go to. So, I mean, I don't understand why they think it's okay to run their cash apps 24 hours a day on their lives and then give somebody down the road that says donate if you want or don't if you want. I mean, what the heck? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I got into all this with the Gabby Petito thing. And then after Gabby Petito case, then the little Summer Wells case I got hooked in over my head. And when that case is solved and closed out, me and my little sassy ass won't be back on YouTube no more. Because I can't take it. And I don't know how Ernie has took the shit that he's took. I mean, I know he's lies and he spreads this and he does that. And he probably does a lot of things that people don't know. But, my private life is not people's business. There's things about me that I'm not going to get on YouTube and blast out to everybody.
Right.
And it's none of their business. If I was a YouTuber and they wanted to support me or be there, I don't think everything in my past should have to come out that I've done when I was 19 or 20 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to apologize to you because that wasn't pointed at you that you did something wrong. It was just pointed at the situation that they immediately jumped on it with all 4 feet and hands and started twisting and turning your words and, you know, making it something that was outlandish, and you know how they do. And and that's all I was trying to say, and I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to point the finger at you. I was pointing the finger at them, and I was just mad.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, okay, I'm gonna hop down and get back in the chat, but yeah, I just wanted to apologize to you. And Ernie's whole life don't have to be displayed for him to have a YouTube channel, or nor does anybody else's. I wouldn't think. I mean, your whole life, your whole past, your whole every single thing in your since you got out of diapers don't need to be flushed out on YouTube for people to come to your channel and support and be there for you.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So
Well,
anyway,
yeah, that's the thing. You know, all the people that have all these, you know, finger pointing going on. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. All right. Okay. But what was I saying? Oh, the people who do all the finger pointing. You know, I mean, look at them. Look at the track record. Like,
exactly.
you know, like you're gonna come fresh out of prison and start
Yeah.
being holier than thou all of a sudden.
You know, I popped in Craftings for about 5 minutes, and she was on a thing where her whole chat and her was bringing out their drug addictions, their meth addictions, their what's that, Suboxone addictions. Her whole chat are addicts, but yet, and her, and everybody's up there jumping down on Ernie's back when
Yeah.
they're all in recovery. I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, Crafting's done 10,000 things worse than what a lot of people done. So why's she out there digging and digging and digging on any kind of piece of dirt that she can find on anybody to drag on? I mean, she ain't got a very good track record, not one single bit, to be bringing anybody's past out or their criminal record.
Thank you, Coach Lover. Yeah, we've got an echo here. I don't know if it's since you came up or.
Okay, well, I'm going to get down. Shut up.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you. All right. Now is the echo still there? Lady, you're right. YouTube is not going to stop talking about each other. Ernie needs to choose his own mental health over this. I agree. You know, here's the thing. Like I come to the point to where, like, I really don't give a damn what any of these creators want to say. Like, who cares? I know who I am, and I know what I stand for, and what I've always stood for. And have I always been right? No. Have I done things that I'm not proud of in my life? Yes, I have. But you know, I'm 49 years old now, and you know, I think I have a good life. I don't need anything else. I'm not asking for anything else, and I don't care what those creators want to create and make up. Like, if it gets them clicks and it gets them a Cash App, it gets them a whatever, well, good for you. I mean, more power to you. Say whatever you got to say. Say what you want to say. people who actually know me, who are around me every day, they know better. And what the YouTube opinion, the YouTube creators who start their mouth, what they say, what they think, who cares? And I wish Ernie would get to that point too. Like, you know, just who cares, man? Like the people who love him on YouTube far outweigh the haters. And just let the haters go on and hate, ignore it. Like, I know there's all kinds of videos and trash talk about me, and I've been getting screenshots, and you know what? I choose not to reply to it. I don't get in it. I've said more today on this live about any other creator than I really plan to, and I'm going to continue doing that. I don't need it. I don't need it. Now, if I wanted to pick a fight with some big creator and get me some views and super chats and cash apps, and I'm sure I could. Like, I'm pro wrestler at the core. Like, you don't think I can get spout off at the mic and bring down the thunder and have people, ready to throw fists? Absolutely I can. But what's the point? It's only good for them. It's only beneficial for them. I don't need it. I don't need it. So I continue to tell Ernie that block out the bad. He's got this block means block thing that he's trying to push, and I think it's really a good idea. But you got to stick to your guns on it too. Block them and leave them blocked. You're right, Pat Pollard. Unfortunately, drama sells. People love it. And people will get in there and just, they will throw that support all over, two creators fighting. And, I know there's this one creator right now who's going nuts on everybody. And he included me, and he tried to say that there was one of my former students coming out against me. Okay, well, let's hear from him. But I'm not going to respond to it on the keyboard. Let's hear it. Let's hear what they got to say. Bet you don't. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. Just let them go. Let them go. Say what they want to say. Let them do what they want to do. And let's see. So I think Ernie's got a live scheduled tonight. Somebody said 9:10, and my live is 9:05. So I may switch my live to 8 if I can get done in time. I'm going to make some Sicilian pepperoni rolls. So if you want to get really hungry and make yourself crave pizza and Italian food, come in and watch. And we'll have a lot of fun and get back to positive stuff. And hey, listen, Ernie does need your support. Just make him, hold him accountable. I'm going to, whether he likes it or not. And he can cut me out if he wants to, but he's got to. He's got to be held accountable. And one more thing, I've been getting a lot of complaints about moderators. I will tell you, when we have a live like this, or other times when there's anything going on, like, I will instruct them to have a zero tolerance for certain words or hate, and we just cut it like it's gone. No, and sometimes it gets a good person's message is misunderstood, and I'm sorry about that, but that's what happens sometimes. But as far as our moderators talking negatively, I'm going to talk to them. And I'll say it now. Please don't use cuss words on the stand. If you say it somewhere else, that's up to you. But here, don't cuss at people. Don't even argue with people. Like, if they say something and you don't like it, just, block them, time them out, whatever. You don't, when they come back in, say, Jimbo's mod, lots and lots, as, time me out for no reason. You don't have to respond. I'll find out why you timed them out. And, it is what it is. Like, there's a lot of people who do that, and it's okay. The mods are looking out for the best interests of the stand for sure. And that's what it's about. So they don't want to, if you get timed out, they think it, for real, that there's a reason. I promise you, there's not any, I don't know, hate timing out or, personal vendettas. Like, say you were arguing in another chat or somewhere. I know that doesn't happen. If you're timed out, it's because of something that was said, and you just get straight blocked. Lips. No, you better hush. I'll block you right now. Anyway, it is what it is. And I'm sorry. And just, like I said, I'm put it in the mod Discord, and ask them not to cuss and argue with subs, and but Tiffany has a healthcare license. I doubt it. I would say that one there is the biggest liar on YouTube. Just saying. Like, I just think, she's being found out. Like, everybody is seeing right through her. Like, a healthcare license, I don't know. With all the issues in her record, I don't know anything about a healthcare license, to be honest with you, but I would say that would hamper that, maybe, like with the drug charges and all that. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe one of our healthcare professionals that we have could tell, but it doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I may change it to 8, and yeah, I've been told that before. I bought this shirt, and the kids, like, I wore it like 3 times in the last 5 years, and the kids are like, "Dad, that looks like a prison outfit." I'm like, okay. I won't wear it much, but it's so comfortable. It's so soft and comfortable. Yeah. Next thing you know, that's what they're going to say. Jimbo was going live from jail. Oh gosh. Saying if she was in healthcare, she isn't anymore. You can't have a felony working in nursing. Oh, okay. There you go. But anyway, the live stream wasn't yesterday. It was not attack on Ernie, and today it's not an attack on Ernie. And if you go into other chats and listen to all these damn expert YouTubers that have their master degrees and doctorate degrees or whatever in the hell they got, that they think they have in psychology and profiling, well, they're full of shit. Excuse my French. She was already starting to spread the rumor. But yeah, I mean, if you go into other chats and you believe what they say, then what's the point? Then you are feeding into it. I haven't heard. I need to reach out to Miss Daisy and ask her some updates. But anyway, we will. Oh yeah, 616 said that's why I laugh when people say everyone associated is a felon. Not true. I couldn't be an RN if I had any type of convictions. There you go. So there. But yeah, it's, you know, people will pick it and tear it apart, and you know, we're probably private it anyway. But you know, they do their little screen records. Probably somebody's streaming it anyway. But they're gonna, you know, they're gonna make it into something it ain't. And their headlines will read stupid stuff anyway. But just don't feed into it. You know. I'm absolutely not attacking Ernie Shell. I mean, I absolutely want best outcome possible for him. Oh no, I hate that, Alicia. In Florida, if you have a level 3 background, there are exceptions, but drugs are definitely one of them. There you go. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here in a minute, but I thank you all for coming in and listening. And I'm sorry, I know I missed a whole bunch of stuff in the chat, and I don't do that on purpose. I'm just, you know, I get caught up talking, and I miss a lot that goes by. If I miss something and you feel like it's really important and you want to message me, holler at me, message me. My phone number's out there. It's everywhere. Email Coach Jimbo C at gmail.com. And, like, you know, feel free. Message me on Messenger, however you got to. But yeah, we're going to do some pizza rolls tonight. And, yeah, we'll get back to doing some good old positive stuff. And tonight, it's only going to be pizza rolls and cooking and maybe some laughter, but we're not going to discuss anything any other creator has said or spread, or because really we don't care, right? Let them go. Let them run wild with it. Going to see Amanda on Saturday, early Sunday. Okay, I'm going to check into that. Mama T, my phone number is 606-309-0460. Yeah, there's a lot more info coming out on her, I'm afraid. So I hope Ernie's able to see that. Yeah, 867-5309. Yeah, I got your number. All right, so let's go get prepared for cooking here in a little bit, and I'll see y'all later this evening. I thank y'all for coming in. This is Jimbo coming to you live from the stand.
Taking shots at the enemy, I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. You cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard, I'm ready to change. Scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me,